Now, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday we ran a story. I think we were among the first people to run the story of Raila Amolo Odinga health status because Raila Amolo Odinga had missed out of the public limelight for the last 2 weeks. And questions and started mounting on the whereabouts of Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga at this crucial moment where Raila Amolo Odinga missed some key events, including the burial of one Dalmas Otieno, the only remaining Luo, one of the few remaining Luo leaders that Raila Amolo Odinga held to eye account. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga missed the burial of Dalmas Otieno. Not only that, he also missed the awarding of certificate of nomination to the current candidates that are competing in the upcoming by-election under the ODM party. Now, many asked question. Apart from that, a revelation that sparked our interest in the area of Raila Amolo Odinga's health was when one Junet Mohammed went ahead to declare a postponement of the ODM party 20-year anniversary celebration that was supposed to take place in Mombasa next week, starting from 10th to the 12th of October. It was postponed to next month on November. Now, even if out of nowhere somebody that doesn't know how analysis are done or how situations play out, many had the clue that Raila Amolo Odinga is not okay. And so we asked questions. And that is when, after doing some due diligence, we were informed that Raila Amolo Odinga, first and foremost, he flew out of the country about a week ago, where he went to Germany, received treatment, and then came back to the country where he was taken to Nairobi hospital, where he was receiving treatment in the country to avoid speculation that Raila Amolo Odinga is out of the country for treatment. But while he was at Nairobi hospital, Raila Amolo Odinga situation worsened on Friday. I mean, it wasn't on Thursday morning, and on Friday evening, Raila Amolo Odinga was flown out of the country to Germany for further treatment. And so Raila is in Germany currently receiving treatment. Now, addressing the issue of Raila Amolo Odinga's health situation currently, the ODM secretariat and Raila Amolo Odinga secretariat made a very huge blunder to trying and turning around the story and the narrative of the current situation of Raila Amolo Odinga. I mean, you all know that Lee Finro home and Karen has been trading for the past 2 days. More so, this trading is linked to the current situation that Raila Amolo Odinga is in health-wise. Now, allow me to read the statement delivered by the ODM secretariat or Raila Amolo Odinga secretariat. Press release. The political formation of impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his struggling team of Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa, among others. Now listen, these people named Gachagua, they named Eugene Wamalwa, and they named Kalonzo Musyoka, failing to recognize people like Fred Matiang'i, Martha Karua, Justin Muturi, calling them others. And more so, they failed strategically to to place the name of Fred Matiang'i in this list, because they currently want to sell out the picture of Fred Matiang'i as a state official or a project of the government, that now they are not fighting Matiang'i, they are fighting Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, going forward, allow me to continue reading this statement. They say, the team are on a familiar campaign of misinformation on the health of former Prime Minister, ODM party leader Raila Amolo Odinga. The misinformation is broadcast by the same team that went on a frenzy campaign against Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga's bid for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission. Traditional media that are happily picking feeds from bloggers, including AI-generated images, and broadcasting them as some kind of investigative breaking news. But let me ask you, have you seen any traditional media in the country or mainstream media in the country I mean, speak about the health status of Raila Odinga? No. Then these people try also to blame the failure of Raila Odinga in securing the African Union chairmanship position, which the election actually happened about 7 months ago in February. They try to blame the lose on Kalonzo, Gachagua, and Eugene Wamalwa. I mean, how the ODM team, I think, is high time even they replace the secretariat. You cannot play these gimmicks with Kenyans. I mean, you are dealing with a generation that is more informed than any other generation that has ever existed on earth. You are dealing with people that were the beginners of the Gen Z wave worldwide. And you think that you can try and play our mind? I mean, let me ask a genuine question. Where was Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua and Eugene Wamalwa involved in the laws of Raila Odinga's AU chairmanship bid? Where, I mean, how are they involved? Did they fund the Djibouti candidate Mohammed to win against Raila Odinga? No, they didn't. But now they are trying to turn around the narrative and try to lay blames on Kalonzo Musyoka. And allow me to remind you one thing. These people knows that Kalonzo Musyoka is the current preferred presidential candidate for the united opposition. They know that Kalonzo Musyoka is the flag bearer of the united opposition in the upcoming general election. So they want to taint the name of Kalonzo Musyoka. They want to taint the name of Rigathi Gachagua because Rigathi Gachagua is fully behind Kalonzo Musyoka for the 2027 general election. Now allow me to continue reading this statement and this rubbish that the Raila Odinga secretariat has written. Now they say the hope of this team then and now is to bully Honorable Raila Odinga to provide a back for them to ride on in their struggle against President Ruto. The facts are as follows. Honorable Raila Odinga has a strong tradition of being open and generous with the country on matters of his health. Oh my, he has never been open. Allow me to remind you, if recently on the past events that you have seen Raila Odinga, you all have seen a very weak Raila Odinga. That is a Raila Odinga that is supposed to be kept out of the public limelight and out of the politics of the Republic of Kenya for the man to continue gaining his strength. If he is to come into the public limelight or into the game of the politics of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Odinga is supposed to come back later. Not now, because we have seen physically Raila Odinga is not fit. But they try to lay out gimmicks of trying to turn around the narratives. Now going forward, they say he told the country that he was undergoing a procedure when he was hospitalized as a sitting prime minister of the Republic of Kenya in June 2010. He told the country that he was diagnosed with COVID and hospitalized as opposition leader in 2021. He would do the same today were he to be in the health situation his opponents wish. Honorable Raila Odinga traveled out of the country on Friday evening of one of the many trips he has made this year, and definitely not the last. He definitely did not travel to Europe as picked from bloggers and broadcast by some media houses. He is not indisposed, as prayed for by his frustrated opponents. Omorawe, Honorable Raila Odinga remains committed to the ideas of the broad-based government. He remains steadfast in his belief and extreme threats to the nation require extreme compromises in the interest of the nation. We understand his opponents' frustration with this. This man, Dennis Onyango, the Raila Odinga secretariat, man, you are the worst employee of the National Intelligence Service. I mean, how do you lay out such a gimmick? I mean, and do you expect us, the people of the Republic of Kenya, more so we, the political analysts of the Republic of Kenya, to believe in the rhetorics and the nonsense that you have sold to the people of the Republic of Kenya in regards to this matter? Now, after the blame was laid on one Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo, as a head to reply on this situation. And I remind you, most of the people have not picked the story yet because Kenyans have been concentrating on the matters today of Kaluma Boy, where Gen Zs converged at JCM Church in Ruiru, and they said it's high time now they start supporting they start supporting their own people who are in need, and they are going to change the country. Listen to what Kalonzo Musyoka said. Now, Wiper has strongly responded to the Orange Democratic Movement over its remarks regarding Raila Odinga's health, terming the statement as an act of political desperation and misplaced drama. In a hearty-eating statement through X on Sunday, Wiper dismissed ODM's accusation as political theater, saying the party had lost its moral compass and political relevance. And that is why they are trying to do this. The party maintained that its leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, harbors no ill will towards Raila Odinga, describing any suggestion to the contrary as false and malicious. Let me remind you that Kalonzo Musyoka, in the year 2013, supported Raila Odinga. In the year 2017, supported Raila Odinga. In the year 2022, even though he was not named as the running mate to Raila Odinga, he supported the presidential bid for Raila Odinga. I mean, out of all the people that this team could blame is somebody that has stood behind them for a very long time. We ain't fools. I mean, we crack between the lines. This is a campaign pushed forward by the National Intelligence Service to taint the name of Kalonzo Musyoka. I remind you also that Kalonzo Musyoka is the preferred flag bearer of the United Opposition. And so they are ready to do anything to try and frustrate Kalonzo Musyoka, to try and make Kalonzo Musyoka come into their side. But Kalonzo, even after being promised that he will be given the position as the running mate to William Ruto if he joins the opposition come the year 2020, if he joins the government come the year 2027, Kalonzo has turned down every proposal. So our watu, they are lost between who to blame or how to craft their narratives. Hata mkisema Raila ni mgonjwa, we know the mzee is 80 years old right now. We don't expect him to be a bouncing baby boy here and there. Sometimes accept the truth. Mnatuambia he flew out of the country, but you don't tell us where he flew to or what he flew there to do. Now, Kalonzo says, let it be stated clearly that Kalonzo Musyoka harbors no ill will whatsoever to and Raila. The two leaders share a long public history of cooperation and mutual respect. Now, Wiper further accused ODM of attempting to drag Kalonzo into internal party confusion as a way to distract the public from cracks within the so-called broad-based government that ODM now supports. And we clearly support that. Now, according to the party, ODM's now close association with President William Ruto's administration is evidence that it has abandoned its reformist roots. Wiper argued that ODM's statement was not about Raila's health, but rather an attempt to hide its guilt and fear over the direction it has taken politically. The party also addressed Raila's failed bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship, saying Kalonzo had no role in that outcome. And we know, how foolish do these people think we are? The NIS, try and hire people that are competent even in running your propaganda, because this propaganda don't sell well with us. We are people that are educated. We are people that read between the lines. You cannot lie to us. We know how you people craft narratives, and this is one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your comments in regards to this matter. Leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.